Welcome to Hari's Hobbies, the channel where we discuss the latest tech news and delve into the newest tech products. So recently, the GTX 1060 hit its all-time low in 2018 and it hit into 200s. So does this mean that you guys should buy the GTX 1060 or wait a little bit longer for prices to drop even more, or even wait for the 1100 series? But before we discuss that, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys would like to stay updated with the latest tech news related to gaming and PCs. First of all, before deciding whether or not to buy the GTX 1060 right now, you guys should consider the future price projection of the GTX 1060. Even though the fall has been very slow for the GTX 1060, the price has been consistently dropping for the last couple of months, and the price will most likely continue to drop for the next couple of months until it finally reaches MSRP. So, how long till the GTX 1060 finally reaches MSRP? Well, for the last couple of months, on average, the GTX 1060 has dropped by $30 in price every single month. At the beginning of March, the GTX 1060 6GB card costed $385. By the end of that month, it had dropped $25 all the way down to $360. During April, it dropped another $40, bringing the price down to $320, and throughout May, it dropped another $30, which finally brought down the price to $290, which is what it costs right now. So, based on that, and considering that the MSRP of the GTX 1060 6GB card is $250, we should expect the GTX 1060 to reach MSRP around mid-July. Also, there's nothing holding it back from reaching MSRP, like inflated demand or not enough stock, so it should reach MSRP. So, overall, if you guys wait one more month before you buy the GTX 1060 6GB card, you guys can save around $40 to $50. Another thing to consider before buying the GTX 1060 is how it will perform in the future. Like in 3 to 5 years, will the performance still be good? Well, right now, the GTX 1060 6GB card is unarguably the best 1080p 60fps gaming sweet spot. It can handle all modern games at ultra settings at a solid 60 FPS at 1080p. But will it be able to do that same thing in 3 to 5 years? Well, unfortunately, games are consistently becoming more detailed and graphically intense, and so in 3 to 5 years, if you want to keep your GTX 1060, then you probably have to dial the settings down to high instead of ultra on some games. But for the most part, the GTX 1060 6GB card should still perform really well. So, if you want to keep your graphics card for around 3 to 5 years, then you may want to consider getting the GTX 1070 if you don't want to dial down the graphics in a couple of years. But if you're fine with that, then the GTX 1060 is still a really great option. Finally, the last thing to consider before buying the GTX 1060 is Nvidia's next generation of graphics cards. I have dedicated videos on the performance, price, and release date of the 1100 series, so if you guys are interested in that, then make sure to check that out. But here's a rundown of it. The GTX 1160 will probably come out for an MSRP of around $250, just like the GTX 1060, and it will come out at the end of this year or at the very beginning of 2019. And for the performance, it'll just be barely better than the performance of the GTX 1070. And on top of this, you'll get GDDR6 memory beyond the 12nm process and beyond the latest architecture. So, is that all worth it? Well, in my opinion, if you can wait, then it is definitely worth it, because for the same price, you are getting an extra level of GPU performance and all the new technologies that come along with the GTX 1160. Also, are you okay with buying an almost outdated card, which is the GTX 1060? You might want to consider that as well before going on to that purchase. However, I do understand that the release date of the GTX 1160 is around 6 months away from right now, so for many of you guys that may be too long of a wait. Especially because you guys have already been waiting for many months for the prices to come down. So for you guys, something else to consider is, instead of waiting for the GTX 1160, which is coming at the end of the year, you can actually wait for the GTX 1170 and 1180, which are coming out in about 3 months. So when the GTX 1170 and 1180 come out, the price of the GTX 1070 will most likely go down. And as a result, if you guys save some more money in that time period, you may be able to afford the GTX 1070. That way you can upgrade to the next GPU level and not spend too much more money as well. And on top of that, you guys will be more future-proof for the next couple of years. So, here's the verdict. The GTX 1060 6GB card is the absolute sweet spot for 1080p gaming and is going to hit MSRP very soon, most likely next month. However, it will most likely struggle a little bit to handle the newer games at full settings, so if you guys want to play the newest games at ultra settings for the next couple of years, you may want to consider buying the GTX 1070. However, if you're okay with dialing down the graphics level from ultra to high for the next couple of years for some games, then the GTX 1060 is still a great option. But in my opinion, I think the best option is to wait for the GTX 1160 because it is going to provide a significant performance upgrade for the same price and you will be on latest architecture and have the new technologies associated with it. If you can't wait that long, then something else to consider is buying the GTX 1070 once the GTX 1170 and 1180 come out for a really good discounted price. But that's just what I think. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that it's worth waiting for the GTX 1160? Or what do you think about the GTX 1170 and 1180? Are you guys excited for those? Make sure to comment down below what you guys think because I do read all my comments and I'm curious as to what you guys think, so make sure to post your thoughts. Also, if you guys like this video, then make sure to drop a like on it and hit that subscribe button if you guys would like to see more videos just like this almost every single day. But until next time, bye.